Hello, this is Brian Cochran, and I am working on with FatX.net, or .biz actually, and .net. We are working on setting up the very new Behringer PowerPlay P16i, and it's the module that controls the P16M, which are the personal monitor. And so I was trying to set it up, and you saw where I was, at the church where I am, and then I found a problem that the cords that I was trying to use, the basic quarter-inch plug didn't work as well as the TRS cord, which is a stereo plug that didn't work either. And the reason being that the way the Behringer directions showed when you use the inserts, well, unfortunately, the way the inserts work, you have a different type of cable, which is a return cable. And it's a send and return cable, and it looks on one end, it's a quarter-inch, and it shows just like this, it's stereo. But on the other end, it has what it says tip and ring. And if I'll bring it close up and let you see that. Tip, and if you can see that, and then also ring. And what you got to do basically, because what I did was in trying to set it up, I tried using the Behringer mixer, which is which in the directions it showed the U2222. It was the FX Pro, and it didn't work. And then also I tried it with the Mackie, as well as it didn't work with the other two plugs. And so by doing some research, I found out that I needed this cable versus the other one in order to get it to work. And what you're going to do is based upon the type of mixer that you're using, you're going to have to play with it. I'll show you once I hook it up at the church. I just wanted to give you this little shout out right now to let you know, a little tip to let you know that if you've been trying like I did and get frustrated, don't get frustrated. This is the solution. It's a send return, and what happens is, I'll show you on the one side. This side goes into the insert side. So you have, this one has 8 channels. The Mackie has 24 channels, but this one has 8 channels. So what I did was, what you do is for 8 channels here, so it gives you 8 here. Then I was able to, the other part goes into the PowerPlay, the P16i. And so I'm going to show you that tomorrow. I got this tip today because it was frustrating. And unfortunately, the direction is very vague and it doesn't give it to you. So if you're having the same challenge that I was having, this is the solution and this will work. This is Brian Cochran with FatX.biz, and we will talk to you when I get back over to the church to finish setting it up. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Brian, and we are working on setting up the Behringer PowerPlay P16i and the P16M, which is the personal monitor and the analog digital PowerPlay for the Behringer onto a mixer. Now, let me say this up front, and I said it the other day, that when they created this for newer mixers that need a direct out. And if you don't have a direct out, then you're going to have to rig it the way that I'm going to show you, because it's the only way it's going to work. I've tried all these various cords, and I showed it to you last week or the other day. This is the cord that you need, and you have to set it up in a way that it becomes a direct out. And the only way it can become a direct out is to do it the way I'm going to show you. So let me get started. All right, this is the back of the PowerPlay 16, and you put it in. I'm using the first one. I had to reverse it because of the way it works. So I'm using there's 2 cords. There's one that says tip and one that says ring. I had to experiment in order for it to work. I had to put it on the ring, the tip on this one, and then on the back of the board, I'm using a Mackie 24. If you notice on the back of the mixer, the Mackie 24/4, that I have to plug it into the first niche, and it's a tip. If you notice on the cord, it says tip. Don't push it all the way in, only push it to the first notch, and that way it'll work. Otherwise, it'll mute itself out. It's looking for, in order for it to work on the newer mixers, older mixers, that's how you have to do it. On the newer mixers, there's a direct out. This is utilizing the insert, and it works. That way, it's, rigging it for it to work, but it does work. This is Brian Cochran. I'm going to show you that it works now. Before, what would happen is if I plugged it all the way in, it wouldn't work all the way. So in order to test it, it has to register here. 1, 2. Let me turn it on. All right, take two. In order for it to work, it has to register here, which is showing it through the power play, and then also live through the house. And so what I'm going to do now is just check it out so you can hear it on both. Check 1, 2. So if you notice here, it's playing here, and at the same time, it's playing on the house. And I got to fix that when I get done too. Okay. If you notice too, what I did was I used different color Cat5e wires because in order to know, instead of marking them this way, each person, one's guitar, one's drum, one's organ, one's bass, and one is computer. So what I did was I put different color codes so that way on the other side, each person knows which one is theirs. And so it's marked on the other side for them. And so for us, if we know there's something wrong, this takes 6. I'm only using 5 right now because I only have 5 musicians and not using it for anything else. So I would suggest color coding it, or if you want to mark it, you get one color, whichever. The cost is the same, but I found it to be easier for me when I was setting it up. It was easier for me, so you might want to color code them like this. It doesn't cost anything more, and you'll be able to find it easier on the other side. The power play, Behringer Power Play P16M. This is the personal monitor for the bands, and what happens is that each person has their own individual mix, and what I did was, in setting it up, I showed you the P16i, which is over in the sound booth. Then I ran a Cat5 wire around the building and plugged it each one into an individual channel, and so that way each person has their own mix. So it has its own settings. There's enough stuff about that online that you can look at that. I just wanted to show you how to set it up. You can't use over 100 feet of wire as far as the Cat5. You don't have to. Also, one of the things that I learned, because when I first plugged it in, I thought I needed a power cord, but it doesn't. It runs off of phantom power, so it's powered through the Cat5 wiring through the P16i. And so this is how it sets up. Each person has his own mix. Again, I color coded it. I had this black one for the keyboard and all the other different colors for each of the other. We didn't have enough cables. We're only running 8 lines. I did the microphones and grouping them, and I sent them through the auxiliary and channel 2, so that way I can utilize nothing but the vocals through one channel and subgrouping them. It's ghetto-wise, but it'll work. So what you do is just take all of them, use one of your auxiliaries, and then these are one of your auxiliaries across here. So what I did was I went through and brought them all the way, actually did auxiliary 2, brought them all the way up, and everything else is turned down, so that way.
Hello, this is Brian Cochran again, and I just wanted to let you know that if you need help in setting up your Behringer Power Play P16i, you can go to fatx.biz, that's PHATX.biz, or you can call me at 909-816-4134. We also install all kind of equipment, so anything you need for setting up your church or business or events, if you need rentals or anything like that, that's what we do. And that was how you set up the Power Play P16i and M. If you have any questions, feel free to go down below. Leave your comments. I do check them. Please also subscribe to our channel, and I appreciate it. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.